he trusts his guys, and he's got one guy back, Josh Adams, who had a sore ankle, tender ankle. He's back and started the second half for Wyoming.
And Larry Nance Jr., who got 2 fouls early with not a point or a rebound in that half. They need to get him going.
Riley Grable with a basketball. Wyoming's got some making up to do. But the three-point shot has been in their repertoire all season long. That can't help them a lot. A foul is going to be called on Smith as he got Adams. First half statistics, Joe, what do you see here?
Well, rebounding, as we knew, would be a huge issue, 22-9, and Wyoming starters only have 1 rebound between them. And we knew, Tim, coming in this game, they were going to have to stay close on the glass.
Josh Adams, 6'2", true freshman from Parker, Colorado. Was a first-team All-State performer last year. This is the first free throw attempt by Wyoming in the game. And it comes early in the second half. Horning to the basket. Finger roll is good.
Transition defense. Cowboys normally very, very solid in that category. One pass up the court to the layup. That can't make Coach Scheid very happy.
8 points for Hornung now. Rams with their largest lead of the game at 11. Free ball from the corner. That's a 2. If it goes. Does not. Eichmeyer running to break the other way. And Hornung to the basket. Dumps it off. And Iverson will be fouled by Leonard Washington underneath. That'll be the 3rd foul on Washington.
Watch this bad transition defense off the missed free throw. Wyoming doesn't engage or get the ball stopped. A great play by Dorian Green to push it up on the pass. And Hornung, nothing fancy, just puts his head down and runs, puts his head down and rebounds. Just all about effort.
And how critical is it that Washington picked up that 3rd foul so quickly in the second half?
Well, it's critical that because he's obviously the leading scorer, leading rebounder, but he's the one guy that can create offense off the catch.
And Iverson knocks it down, and starting at the end of the first half, continuing into the second half, Colorado State's run is extended to 11-0 and a 13-point advantage. Closest Wyoming had been was 2.
And Wyoming continues to flirt with foul trouble now with Washington's 3, Nance with 2. Colorado State picking up the energy on defense the way they started the game.
Adams hanging, couldn't get the roll off the rim, and Iverson the rebound. Green running out. Pass to Hornung. Hornung to the bucket. He's got himself 10 points. 7 from the field. And Larry Scheid's team trying to change that. College basketball, typically a game of runs and droughts. And if you have more runs than droughts, probably going to win.
A great individual defense there by Greg Smith. Great hustle play and that set play to try to get Washington going down the lane.
Gilmore missed the 3, and Washington powering his way toward the bucket for 2.
That's where he is so good. Wyoming hadn't scored since Moby Dick was a mentor, Tim. That was much, much needed.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long drought, I'll tell you.
Ishmael was there. Gilmore. And Eichmeyer the rebound. Bodies falling underneath the basket on the other end of the floor. 2 for the Rams, 1 for the Cowboys. Went down. Everybody's back where they're supposed to be. One missing. Chasing down his own rebound.
That kid is unbelievable. I talked about his flat foot rebounds. How many he gets 20, 25 feet from the basket. He just goes after all of them.
Well, another offensive rebound. It's the 10th time this year he's had at least 5 offensive rebounds. Rams are 7-2 in those games.
But you really don't care how you look. All you care about is how your team plays. And I went from a pretty dapper dresser to a pretty bad dresser when I became a head coach.
The technical will stand on Larry Nance Jr. And they have added a foul to Colton Iverson of Colorado State. So Eichmeyer hits that one. Those are the technical free throws.
Eichmeyer led the league Mountain West Conference in free throw shooting last year at 87 plus, near the top this year.
So the reason Wyoming gets the possession is due to the foul on Iverson. Typically a technical foul is shots and the ball, but because there are fouls called on both teams, Wyoming gains possession here.
Wyoming with only one field goal in the last 6 minutes, 3 of the last first half and the first 3 here.
Greg Smith whistled for a foul. He pushed off on Washington. That'll be the 3rd on the senior out of Omaha, Nebraska.
It's been a pretty tough and physical matchup just about all night. Interesting call there. I think the officials just trying to kind of tighten things up just a little bit, but concentrated, so confident. And again, that is a class of freshmen who did not win a league game, 0-16. Tell you what, they're not going away, Tim. They're pretty salty.
Josh Adams to put it in play. Throws it way in the backcourt for Darius Gilmore.
That's what you call a safe catch there. Just throw it down there where we can go get it.
Picked by Cook and Grabo. Pass to Washington. He'll try to get to the basket. He hangs. Iverson the rebound. Ahead to Green.
Tough shot for the left-handed Washington, shooting that with his right hand.
Eichmeyer missed the 3, and Adams the long rebound. Speeding down court. Manages to get away from Eichmeyer. Open look for Gilmore for a second. Tried to wrap around to Cook. And Washington tried to put back and missed, and a foul is whistled on Colorado State's Colton Iverson.
I'm not sure about the last Colorado State foul, but that was definitely a hip. And when you get hipped by 265-pound Colton Iverson, you know you've been hipped. He knocked Leonard Washington, who goes 235, kind of like he was a small fly going through the air.
Washington no good on the free throw. Washington played for USC during the 08-09 and 09-010 seasons. And he was in the NCAA tournament in 08-09, his freshman year. Wyoming 1 for 4 from the stripe tonight.
Colorado State not shooting very well from the stripe either.
Wyoming switching hands and fouled before he was able to get to the basket. Cook. That'll be his 3rd personal foul.
Gary Cook playing extended minutes tonight off the bench, with both bigs being in foul trouble for Wyoming.
Did he get another quick one right there? Cook didn't play high school basketball at Friendly High School in Washington, D.C. Played football instead, and after high school grew 7 inches.
How about that? The coaching staff loves his effort, his personality. Wow. Wyoming, again, asleep at the switch on that end out of bounds play. That is the 2nd little lob they've given up, just not being alert when the ball is being taken out.
And Gilmore with a dead-on 3 and a 30-second timeout for Wyoming.
Develop them and develop them, get them bigger, get them stronger, develop that basketball IQ. And they've been pretty successful at it.
Eichmeyer guarded by Gilmore. Knocked out of bounds. Off of Eichmeyer. Mountain West basketball with us on Root Sports today. How do the Cowboys get back in it?
Well, they've got to make shots. They're shooting 32% for the game, 2 of 8, 25% this half. Of course, you've got to give Colorado State's defense a lot of credit for that too, but it comes down to kind of a simple formula. You got to throw it up there and make it go in some.
Washington muscles his way toward the hoop. Hornung the rebound.
Terrific defense by Hornung, just staying down, staying between Washington and the basket.
Nance gets the ball back for Wyoming.
That's a great matchup. Hornig and Washington, when that ball gets down in the paint, big Leonard Washington's hands. Hornig just going man-to-man with him down there.
Foul called on Colton Iverson. That'll be his third personal foul. Points allowed per game, Wyoming with the fewest at 54.8. San Diego State next, then Colorado State with 60 even.
Well, Tim, as you and I have known for a long time, and the last couple of years, the nation has found out this is a terrific basketball league with very, very good coaches, and there's not much comes easy in this league. It reminds me of the Big Ten. I grew up in Indiana, and boy, just rough and tumble basketball every night, not many easy baskets, and again, outstanding coaches.
As of today, the Mountain West third in the country in RPI in the ratings percentage index, which is huge. The Big East just overtook them earlier in the week. They were as high as second in the RPI. New Mexico, the top-rated RPI team in the Mountain West, with RPI at 6. Another foul is called on Smith. And Greg Smith has picked up his 4th foul.
Tim, there's 6 teams in the Mountain West Conference in the top 64 RPI. 2 teams rated in the top 25 in the AP poll. So again, you want to watch good basketball each and every night in league play, especially in this month of February when all the money's on the line. Watch the Mountain West Conference.
So Smith has a seat. Gerson Santo from Valencia in Brazil takes over for him, number 15 for Colorado State. Pass tipped into the hands of Adams, but as he received the pass, he took the extra step, traveled, turned it over. 5 turnovers in the first 11 minutes, and this is the first since then for Wyoming. There are those RPI numbers we were talking about, Joe.
Well, and Wyoming, who's lost 3 in a row, again, was one of the top 25 teams in the nation several weeks ago, and they're having trouble getting a conference win.
Looking for some help on the wing. Horner whips it to Dorian Green. Shot clock to 10. Green getting a high screen. He'll let it fly. And gives the rebound to Wyoming's Leonard Washington. Colorado State with a bit of a scoring drought.
Dorian Green has scored over 1,000 points in his career here at Colorado State.
On 3, and Darius Gilmore buries it.
Still a lot of time left, Tim. 10-point game with 13 and a half minutes to go. Colorado State now having a little trouble scoring. If the Cowboys can pitch a few in, it'll be an interesting game.
A block, and the Pokes have the basketball again. Gilmore, who is 4 for 8 from three-point land, has 14 points and controls the basketball right now. A 10-point lead for the Rams. Another 3 try. And that's out of bounds, back to Colorado State. Let's see what happened under the basket here, Coach.
I think this was the long arms of the law there, Larry Nance Jr. Just a sophomore, as I said in our open. He gets better each and every game. Darius Gilmore was 5 of 7 in their loss to New Mexico from the three-point line, where his team made a season-high 12 three-pointers. We need to throw a couple more in here down the stretch here in the last 12 minutes.
Green launches. That's a long 2. Dorian Green with 7 points. Point lead for the Rams, who are trying to protect a 25-game home court winning streak. Eichmeyer whistled for the foul. Senior from Fremont, Nebraska, his first. One thing we haven't seen Eichmeyer involved in is a lot of threes, multiple threes. He has hit 5 in a game 4 different times, including one with Iowa State when he was there before transferring to Colorado State.
Wyoming has done a great job, especially lately, defending the three-point line, Tim. They have held 6 of the last 9 teams they've played to 2 or less three-point shots made. They've held 2 teams to none, so those three-point shots don't come very easy against the Cowboys.
The Rams' 7th foul that puts Wyoming in the bonus the rest of the way, and Gilmore earns the bonus with a made free throw.
That's going to play big. Again, 12 and a half minutes to go. Both these teams normally don't foul a lot, but to get to the bonus this early, of course, you still got to make them, and Gilmore kind of pulled out of that one, dropped that hand way too quick. That was a poor free throw attempt there.
24 twos to 14, 9 threes for Colorado State, 15 points for Wyoming.
Second time Graybo tonight has fouled on a jump shot, which is just a bailout play by the defense. Wyoming that time in a 2-3 zone, trying to kind of change it up a little bit, probably trying to help themselves because they're in a little bit of foul trouble. Graybo, a very, very intelligent player, twice has made silly fouls on jump shots.
Green's second shot's good, so 2 for 2 for Dorian Green. Green with 9 points.
Green 10 for 10 from the free throw line a week ago at Fresno State. Always has been a very dependable free throw shooter during his career here.
Green has tied his season high for assists tonight with 7. McManaman with a basketball for Wyoming over to Graybo.
Colorado State doing a great job of getting over and defending that ball screen.
Graybo out of bounds off the top of the backboard. Ball back to Colorado State. 13-point lead for the Rams. Polk's trying so hard to get to 20 plus. 20 is usually a good marker, but he had 32 one year at Iowa State.
And when I talk to my old friends that are head coaches now, one thing they always talk about is that game day feeling, which is not a pleasant thing.
Well, as a broadcaster now, Joe, you feel good after games, no matter what happens.
Oh, I feel good before, during, and after. As long as they don't go too long where, you know, all the local taverns are closed where we can get to.
And a kick. Foul will be called on Graybo. He got his foot out there.
It is amazing, Tim. I can remember my old buddy, the late Charlie Spoonhour, saying that coaching college basketball each year was like a dog's year. It would take 7 years off your life.
Correction on the foul. It was Jason McManaman who picked up the foul, not Graybo. So McManaman gets his first. And the Cowboys with 16 fouls. So the next one will put Colorado State in the bonus for the rest of the game. Obvious under the basket. He ran into trouble. Darius Gilmore comes up with a loose ball, and Wyoming's got it.
Wyoming has stayed in that 2-3 zone for about the last 4 possessions and kind of gotten Colorado State back on their heels a little bit. Nice job by Larry Scheid, kind of changing things up a little bit.
Graybo looking to work off a Washington screen. McManaman in the corner, picked up quickly by Bejarano.
Well, Bejarano has done a great job of guarding the ball. We talked about that 7-point run he produced all by himself at the end of the half. Also had 6 rebounds. Man, he has really heated up the guy he's guarding with individual defense, the transfer from the University of Arizona.
McManaman triggering the inbound, finds Graybo. 5 seconds to shoot for Wyoming. And Graybo, a fadeaway jumper, no good. He hit 2 big fadeaway jumpers, including one at the halftime buzzer in the last game Wednesday night at the Arena Auditorium in Laramie against New Mexico. He also hit one to tie the game late at 59 each.
Well, that one was what you call a DNDI, did not draw iron.
Is that the euphemism?
Well, so to speak.
Spinning his horn up. Iverson crashing to the floor, but Wyoming comes up with the ball.
Wyoming only 2 of 7 from the three-point line this half. 3 for 14 overall.
Basket's good for Darius Gilmore. And the foul on Bejarano. And that'll put Gilmore to the line for a possible 3-point play. He scored the last 9 points for Wyoming.
Gilmore getting 15 in both of their last 2 games. He has to kind of step it up with a team that, as Coach Shai says, is offensively challenged. The Cowboys have not scored over 60 points in their last 7 games, Tim.
3 fouls on Bejarano. And Gilmore adds another point, makes it a 10-point game. So keep it 10 or inside 10, you get a shot.
Without a doubt, this is what you call a grinded out affair here.
Ball off Leonard Washington. Colorado State will keep it. Washington trying to get back to double figures, but he's got a way to go. 17 double-figure games for Washington this year. Now a whistle again. This will be a hand check foul on Darius Gilmore.
Boy, the officials have really tightened things up here, especially guarding the ball this second half, and this is kind of added to the grinded out type atmosphere. This has slowed the tempo of the game down quite a bit.
Eichmeyer with the free throw. Each team in the bonus the rest of the way. 18 fouls for Colorado State, 7 now for Wyoming.
Eichmeyer, as I mentioned previously, led the league in free throw shooting last year at 87.5. This year shooting 86. Right there at the top again.
Dozen points the advantage for the Rams. Washington will try a 3. Bejarano tipped it around and getting the ball back in possession of Wyoming as Cook ended up with it in his hands.
One of the few offensive rebounds Wyoming has gotten this game.
Oh, another 3. Darius Gilmore has scored the last 13 Wyoming points. He had 8 in the first half. He's got 13 here in the second.
Don't it always happen? You give up a long offensive rebound and they score on that possession.
Iverson for Eichmeyer. Eichmeyer with a little bit of room. Jump shot's good.
That great pull-up jump shot by Eichmeyer. We talked about in the open. I think he has the best pull-up in the league, whether it's in the paint or just off the run.
And Eichmeyer in double figures with 11 points. Contact up by the top of the key. Now Iverson and Cook taking their back to the low post.
Pressure so much on Graybo there by Eichmeyer, he could not get to that ball screen.
Another try. Gilmore, good. Darius Gilmore launching another 3. And he has the last 16 points for Wyoming. It's now just an 8-point lead.
Colorado State has elected all game to go under the ball screens on Gilmore. That time he pulled up behind the ball screen and made them pay. They may have to make an adjustment on how they're playing that screen on the ball.
And Green fills it up for a long 2. Well, for Larry Shyatt, the offense is get it to Gilmore. He's got 16 of Wyoming's 19 points this half.
Gilmore, a one-man offensive show right now. Shooting it in from 3, being ultra aggressive off the dribble. Coming off back-to-back 15-point games for the Cowboys. A much-needed third scorer in a night where Larry Nance Jr. is having a tough night. He's carrying a big load now.
24 points total so far. For
more aggressive.
That was back on the 12th of November. And he did that against Northern Colorado. Non-conference action. Looking for a new career high in this one tonight. Out of Clifton High School in Baltimore. Nebraska, West Virginia, South Florida, they all wanted him. He settled on Wyoming.
Love Laramie. And so do I. It's been balmy over there, as cold as it's been where I live in Utah. It's been 40s and sunny and just beautiful weather in Laramie.
Here's Gilmore with it. I was just there the other day, Coach. It wasn't that balmy. There's Nance. He's not settling down. Larry Nance has been quiet in this game. And Nance with 2 points.
His first field goal. That was a huge possession for the Cowboys to get this thing down into single digits. Now they need to get stops.
Iverson with a power jam.
Fella there at 6'10", 265. And I told the story earlier in the broadcast. Larry Shyatt recruited this kid out of South Dakota when Larry was the associate head coach at University of Florida, where they won back-to-back national championships. And he said, we as coaches messed it up. Let him get away.
10 points now. He's in double figures. McManaman. Give to Gilmore. He's been awesome this half. And Nance with just 2 points trying to make his way to the basket. He is fouled. And Iverson the culprit.
If you want to see great individual defense, watch Daniel Bahara when his man gets the ball. Boy, he is locked in. Once again, we've talked about his offensive stats and his rebounding. Well, what energy he gives this Ram team when he comes in off the bench, what energy defensively he gives them.
Well, free throws have been an issue.
3 of 8
for Wyoming.
3 of 8 right now for Wyoming. And when you're on the road, and again, you're offensively challenged, you can't afford to leave points at the free throw line.
And there's the proud father of Larry Nance Jr. There's Larry Nance Sr., who won the NBA's first ever dunk competition in 1984 down the road in Denver at McNichols Arena.
He was 6'6" when he signed at Clemson. He was 6'8" when he showed up. 6'10" by the time he was a sophomore.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I guess he ate well.
His nature.
Yeah. Tomato fertilizer, something. I don't know.
Larry beat Dr. J. And he beat Dr. J in that one.
What a great rebound by Hornig, but it gets away from him. He comes from the opposite side of the lane line. And the one thing about Hornig, he gets every rebound with 2 hands. All great rebounders go after him with both hands. And talking to the Colorado State staff earlier in the year, they said they have earlier tonight said they've never seen a guy can just snatch him out of the crowd like he can.
Gilmore at the switch, and underneath it's Cook. Comes back with it for the Pokes. Shot clock down to 5 with 6 minutes to play. Graybo's got to put it up. Well shot. And the Rams running down the floor. Green swatted away. Good block by Nance. Gilmore leading transition. Foot on the line. That's a long 2. 26 points, a new career high for Darius Gilmore.
No quitting these Cowboys. They were out of it, and you would have thought his team was ahead. Clapping hands, patting guys on the back. Such a great teacher and mentor.
Well, the last couple of games for Gilmore, 11 of 19 for 3, 58%. Again, trying to help shoot his team back into this one. The way this conference schedule has worked out, the way that teams have played at home, and as high as the RPI is, when you look to mid-March in Las Vegas, that tournament's going to be something else.
It's going to be huge. I think it'll be the difference of getting 4 or 5 teams in the NCAA.
Dorian Green, another long 2. That's his 3rd one, right near the 3-point line, but on it. 13 points for Green. 5 players for Colorado State in double figures for the 2nd straight game.
And that's the 2nd time when Cowboys have threatened that Dorian Green has come calmly down and knocked in a mid-range jump shot. Playing in his 118th game for the Rams.
Washington just let that one go. And a foul on Nance. Fourth foul on Larry Nance Jr. Talked about Dorian Green picking up double figures. How about this play the other night against Boise State? Watch this.
He said he was just trying to be aggressive to the basket and all of a sudden found himself up there where he could throw it through. He's always been a great finisher around the basket, but not in that manner.
His coach, Larry Eustace, thought that did a lot for the team. He said he was really impressed with the way the bench reacted to that. That gave him a big lift. They came away with a 20-point win over a very good Boise State team.
I can remember Tim Miles talking about Dorian Green and how he soaks in all the basketball information he can get. He's the type of kid, if you're playing a team a second time, remembers how you played ball screens the first time. Once you switch, that one day, if he wants to, he could be a terrific coach.
Colorado State from the line in the second half, 11 of 12. That's been a factor. Gilmore, foot on the line, a little short. And Hornung the rebound. Ahead to Green.
And Hornig is down.
Here's Hornung, a little bit lame at this point in time, and official Dan Crispin asking him if he's okay.
If that was his ankle or his knee, but that kid is sawmill tough. If he went down, I guarantee you it's something legit, and it's staying in the game.
Green backing in against Gilmore. Ducks underneath. Pass to Iverson. 2 points for Iverson. Cook commits the foul. And a possible three-point play for Colton Iverson.
Iverson just too strong. When he's got 2 feet in the paint like that at 265. What a nice little play by Dorian Green. And again, at 265, he just clears his way to the basket.
4 fouls on Cook, 12 points for Iverson. Trying for 13 here.
I think that is Iverson's 8th assist for the night, which gives him a new, I mean Green's 8th assist for the night, which gives him a new high for the season.
And that's going to count.
That's not going to count. It was offensive goaltending, and I thought the same as you, Tim, that it was defensive goaltending.
Now Hornung got it. I thought Cook got it for Wyoming, but it was actually on Hornung, so basket interference and apparently a foul.
Hornung knocking on the door of a double-double with 10 points, 8 rebounds.
Cook misses that. Take a look at it again. Fourth foul on Hornung, so team's getting a little deeper into foul trouble right now. Both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way, meaning 2 shots for every foul.
What really impressed me on that replay of that free throw is how Hornung just refused to be blocked out there and just kept coming on that free throw.
Alan Gilmore is third. Smith with 4, Hornung with 4. Gilmore now has 4. So 4 with 4 for Wyoming.
It certainly doesn't surprise you how physical this game is. It's not only a conference game with a lot on the line, it's the border war where both these teams are very, very competitive. 218 times they've played each other. Did you broadcast the first game they did, Tim?
Oh, now you know I didn't, Joe.
It was probably the 9th or 10th before they called you.
Yeah, I think so. They started the series in 1911. Safe to say neither of us were around.
At least you were pretty young, too young to broadcast at that time.
They'll meet again March 6th up the road. Not to change the subject on you, Coach, but they'll play the second of the Border War Series this year in Wyoming. Iverson gets the ball back for Colorado State. Colorado State trying to put a nail in this one, and a foul called as Dorian Green went to the basket.
6 points, but when you've got 2 starters who haven't scored, not from lack of effort, both of them tough kids playing hard, just having trouble making the ball go in tonight.
Just one more thing on Cook, who fouled out. His 11 rebounds, a career high, and over his last 5 games combined, he had 10. So a big night on the board.
No, he gave him good minutes, which is good news for the Cowboys. Maybe he can help that tired front line a little bit, who's playing big minutes. Again, of the top 10 minutes per game players in the Mountain West Conference, Wyoming has 4 of them in that 10.
Largest lead for Colorado State in the game at 17. Gilmore with 26 gives to Washington. Long 3 try. Nance gets the rebound. Gilmore with it back. Rams on a 10-1 run. Loose ball. Iverson on the end line. And Wyoming will maintain control.
What's the way Colorado State collapses on that dribble penetration by Washington. Washington having a hard time getting to his sweet spot down there along the right baseline. Kind of settling for some three-point attempts tonight. 0 for 4. He's a 20% three-point shooter. Tim, he can make one out there, but that's not where you want him. He loves that kind of extended low block, short corner on that right baseline. I don't know that he's gotten a catch there this half.
Gilmore rises. And Hornung knocked it out of bounds. So you get caught with the ball in the end line and then knocked it out of bounds. And Wyoming will keep possession. 63-46. Rams in front. And an errant pass. Gilmore couldn't collect it. And the ball back to the Rams.
Only Wyoming's 7th turnover of the game. I mentioned earlier how efficient they are with the ball, but their problem is shooting 32%, 30 in this second half. Once again, you got to credit great Colorado State defense.
Anderson manages to get the ball to Hornung, blocked by Washington, and Pokes with the basketball again.
Washington second in the Mountain West Conference in blocks. Really quick off his feet to be that size.
But Gilmore trying to take over for the Pokes. He's knocked down, and the Rams will have the basketball. The last field goal they made, 5:42, was on the clock.
They've been plagued by long scoring droughts virtually all year. Again, with Luke Martinez no longer a part of the team. Luke was 6'5", could really shoot it in from 3 and generate some offense for them. They've gone forever and a day without getting to 60 points. Now I think their 8th straight game. Remember, one of the keys, I said Colorado State to get to 65 and they would win, and that gives them 65.
12 points for Hornung. Nifty pass by Dorian Green to set it up. His 9th assist.
Dorian Green almost at a double-double with 13 points and 9 assists.
Washington trying to get a 3. Iverson will pick it off in a minute and a half to go. Trying to extend their largest lead now at 19. Low run clock.
Really no sense fouling here for Wyoming down 19. Just a exercise in futility.
Meyer bounce pass to the baseline, and Iverson has it knocked out of bounds. Colorado State will maintain possession.
Just nice pass, excuse me, Tim, by Dorian Green, the senior, starting his 118th game tonight. So seasoned and so smart. Now that is a play he may have not been able to make as a freshman because of strength. That time he took a hit, fought it off, and was able to complete the pass. It has been really fun watching this kid progress as a freshman. Again, great point guard play over the years in the Mountain West Conference. Jimmer Fredette, the nation's leading scorer. Just many, many good point guards within the last 4 or 5 years coming through the league, and Green has played them all nose to nose.
Stacey has gone to the bomb squad now as he's cleared his bench. Well,
usually the unspoken politics, so to speak, of that is when the team's behind, they put their bench in, you put your bench in. And that's exactly what happened. Larry Scheid went to his bench, so out of respect, Coach Stacey goes to his bench.
Well, it's going to be a tough ride home up Route 287 if that's the road they take. More than likely they will from Fort Collins. For the Wyoming Cowboys, they're looking at their 4th straight loss and the possibility of going 2-6 in conference play and 15-6 overall.
After getting off to the best start in the history of the league at 13-0.
This is Stephon Wynn, an interesting story, listed at 5'6". They think he might be 5'4". A walk-on, a junior. Got his first collegiate basket against Boise State during the week. And makes the steal right here. Got it ahead to Josh Morgan. 15 seconds or less to go now. Here's Adams. Again, a steal by the Rams. Jessamine has the basketball for Colorado State. And the Rams are going to win it.